And we are back, Joe. Welcome to chapter 290 of the DC Alliance podcast. It's been a few weeks. I'm kind of forgetting how to do this now.
I was like, wait, did we just take an ad break? What the heck?
with,
We took a
with,
very long ad break.
with me, as always, is Joe. Joe, how you doing today?
I'm good. I think I don't know. I'm good. I'm good. I know we definitely haven't been on here for a minute. Um, Life has been rough the last couple of weeks. Not like rough, like bad, like everything's been terrible, but like work has been like beating me down, and just I've been stupid busy with podcast things, and I've been my other show has been I've been doing some things over there, so things have been in moving parts or moving, I should say, right now, and it's kind of exciting. But just I've been just very busy with that. My daughter is she's got her final marching band performance tomorrow, so I'm gonna be down in Indy all day watching that,
Oh, nice.
which is exciting, but I'm gonna be gone all day, so
Ooh,
like that's kind of
one
it's
day less
fine,
to
but
do
just
things.
yeah. So, but no, I mean, it's that. But it is what it is. But how you been?
I've been good. The break was nice, but listeners, we would have had episodes if honestly there was anything to talk about. Now, in saying that, I did up a notes app, 2 pages of like topics that we could have for because I feel like this is going to be the norm going forward until the sale of WBD, where it's going to be a lot of slow weeks. So we have some
Yeah,
interesting topics and lists and stuff that we can do now going forward. Uh, and in 2026, we're going to get a fair bit of DC content. So that's going to come out regardless, as we saw with the previous DCEU ending. When you make those things, they're going to come out most of the time. And we'll get to see whatever we have in 2026, regardless of what happens with the sale. So I'm looking forward to that. It was nice. The break was nice, Joe. Wasn't much going on here, to be honest with you. And it was really nice, enjoyable participating in the charity trivia battle again with
yeah.
the Geekverse guys. That was really enjoyable. There were some really funny moments there. Turok, Turok, no! Oh,
Poor
it was
Ben.
nice not being on the left side. For I just hope Ben doesn't have really great friends that remind him consistently of that Turok moment. And there was another
Oh,
moment too. I
Cat
can't
Grant, the
remember.
Cat Grant thing.
Yeah, it was like it was like a 3 question period there for him where he had two of those answers. And yeah, it was quite funny. And
Yeah,
shout out to everyone that was involved in that. And I watched the stream quite a bit. And yeah, the guys, I don't even know how he would stay up 24 hours now.
I mean they've
Just
done this is what
props.
their sixth year doing it, seventh year doing it.
That's
They've
those
done it for
youngins, Joe. That's those youngins.
youngins. They're like about your age. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
come on. I'm getting closer to 40 than I am than anything else. I have a birthday in a little bit and I'll be 38. So
Oh, dude, I'm 42. Calm down.
I'm not that far off you. I'm closer to
Yeah,
you than I am to
they're closer
them.
to you than they are me.
No, they're well, yeah, that's obvious considering, but still, I think I'm closer to you than they are to me.
Maybe.
So yeah, but yeah. Besides that, I'm excited. We got a little bit of news here to talk about tonight. Couple stories, some exclusives apparently that I'm excited to get into. Before we do that, let me get the network plugs out of the way. So we are part of the Geek Ultimate Alliance with 6 shows in total. On Mondays is Ranger Alliance. On Tuesdays is a Walk Through the Multiverse. On Wednesdays is the Animation Nation. We were off this week because we just finished up Justice League Unlimited, but we're going to be covering the DCCW. They were TV shows for the people that watch animated TV shows when you watch them when they came out, I think, on the CWC back in like 2014. But now they're combined together for movies. So there'll be Vixen and Ray and the Freedom Fighters. So I'm excited to talk about that. I already watched Vixen and I'm going to watch Ray, I think, tonight after I'm done editing. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. And that'll come early to the patrons as well. On Thursdays is Star Wars Alliance. On Fridays is Marvel Alliance. And on Saturdays is DC Alliance. Star Wars Alliance goes live on Geekverse YouTube channel Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Marvel Alliance goes live Thursdays at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Time. And DC Alliance goes live Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. All those shows also have their own podcast feeds. Search DC Alliance, Marvel Alliance, and Star Wars Alliance. If you just want DC content, Marvel content, or Star Wars content only, but if you want all 6 shows on the GUA Podcast Network, stay subscribed to the GUA and your podcast app of choice. We also have a Patreon, 2 tiers, a $1 tier and a $5 tier. The $1 tier, basically a tip jar, like we're doing. You want to help us out any way you can. And the $5 tier where you get your ad-free episodes, early access episodes, and Patreon exclusive episodes. Myself and Joe are going through all the DC films through the years. Green Lantern is our most recent entry. It is recorded. It is going to be uploaded tonight with this episode. Both of them will go up at the same time. So be on the lookout for that. And the next one we have is The Dark Knight Rises, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited to talk about that. We also have the Marvel Alliance guys. They have 3 shows on the backlog for the patrons. Baxter Broadcast going over the Fantastic Four films. Tales from the House of X, talking about their favorite Fox Marvel films. And then their entire Infinity Saga rewatch. We also have Joe's Multiverse Minutes, where he's doing his Disney deep dives on the 1st and the 15th of every month. Joe reviews a Disney film, not just reviews it, gives you fun behind-the-scenes facts, tidbits, all that sort of thing. However, Joe, this month it is a pause until next month for Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, so Nightmare Before Christmas is up next. Like I said, because this week has been very hectic for me, wasn't able to get it recorded and get it up for tomorrow's release. But also because it's not for Nightmare Before Christmas, I figured why not wait until December 1st to put that one out. I'm not saying it makes sense. It kind of feels right.
Yeah.
So December 1st will be the next episode, Nightmare Before Christmas. I'll have a little bit more time, be able to actually get that out there recorded, and it'll be a better episode than me trying to piecemeal something together tonight before
I've listened to
done.
I've listened to a few of them, Joe, and I honestly have wanted to wish that I could do a video version where I could bring in things that you're talking about as you're talking about them, into the picture as you're talking about them, and then bring them in and bring them out.
Again, if I had more time, sure.
Time is the key thing here. Time is the key thing, because I think of that and I was like, man, I'd love to do that. And I was like, where are you going to get the time to do that?
Yeah, exactly.
So, but again, it's one of those things that would be a good little web series that you could bring stuff in. But regardless, it is really enjoyable, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts on Nightmare for Christmas. That was one that I do remember watching very young. A friend of mine had it on VHS, and I got a loan of it and watched it. I swear I must have busted the tape how many times I watched it, rewind it, watch it. I found it so interesting at a young age. I thought it was a pretty cool little thing to have there. So I'll be on the lookout for that. We thank everyone that's a patron. If you're not a patron, we take a quick 30, 60 seconds, rate and review the podcast on your podcast app of choice. Is always greatly appreciated. Helps other people find the show, and that's always a good thing. Okay, Joe, we got some news here, finally. And this one is so of course that we're going to do it before we do our first ad break, because this is we all pretty well thought this.
So shocked by James Gunn's news.
Yeah, put your shock face on. James Gunn's Man of Tomorrow villain is Brainiac, an exclusive from Humberto Gonzalez and Casey Loving. So, hold on a second.
Did you lose the thing?
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds here.
All right. So, yeah, Superman and Lex Luthor will team up against Uber villain Brainiac in Man of Tomorrow. The Wrap has exclusively learned. Production on the film is set to kick off in Atlanta in April. Man of Tomorrow will be released on July 9th, 2027.
Yeah, there was... Okay, is that all that's there?
Well, then it says I have to sign in, and since I'm not a member, and I'm like,
since the announcement of the Man of Tomorrow, fans have suspected that Brainiac would be the film's eventual foe. There are multiple indicators that point to this. Chief among them is the fact that the movie follows a temporary alliance between. So they're saying it, but they're not saying we got a source. Now, James Gunn hasn't come out and said this is wrong since yesterday when this came out. So this is what drives me crazy about stuff like The Wrap, where they're saying exclusive, but they're not giving you any this is what we have, this is the reason why, this is happening.
But, and you know what, I'm again, this is one of those things where if Superman and Lex are teaming up, anytime they've teamed up in the comics, majority of the time it's been because of Brainiac.
Yeah.
Anytime they teamed up in, say, Justice League or Justice League Unlimited, it was Brainiac. Like, maybe not any time, but majority of the times it was Brainiac. So it almost makes sense that it would be Brainiac, you know? And I'm fine with that. Like, Brainiac is a great villain. We haven't seen him in live action since Smallville. No, he was in Krypton, wasn't
He was in Krypton, and he was awesome in
he?
Krypton.
Okay, that's right.
Like,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So we haven't seen him on big screen. We've seen him in television. We've seen him in live action. But
And I got the whole thing here, Joe,
okay,
because I have where there's a will, there's a way. So, uh, with the rivalry as he was there, and the hatred of as all-consuming as Luthor's, it would take something significant to get the duo to bury the hatchet and work together, even temporarily. Such team up is hinted at during the climactic scene in Superman when Cornswit's Man of Steel tells Holtz Luthor that he hopes, for the sake of the world, that Luthor uses his humanity for good. I guess I never got that from listening to that. Gunn addressed this aspect of the plot in a press conference for the finale of Peacemaker Season 2 when the Rat asked the DC architect what kind of threat could get Lex, who ends up in Peacemaker in a fairly cushy position, to team up with his greatest enemy. Gunn cheekily answered by simply saying, a pretty pronounced one. Yes, Lex Luthor is mostly concerned about Lex Luthor, Gunn said, so we'll see what threatens Lex Luthor.
yeah,
So yeah, they're just
Luthor.
They're just speculating here. Audiences likely also expect Brainiac to be President Man tomorrow for the simple fact that the villain has been a long time coming. You'd be hard pressed to find a Superman fan who doesn't rank the hyper intelligent colonial alien among Man of Steel's greatest foes. He's likely the most popular Superman antagonist not named Lex Luthor. Well, I wouldn't say that over Zod. Despite this fact, Brainiac has yet to appear primarily in a live action Superman movie, unless we're getting stretched in Superman 3. Also, numerous cases for General Zod and even Doomsday. I only got Doomsday once in live action, right?
We
Only
had him
in
Smallville.
BVS.
We had him in BVS. We had him
Well, in the
in
movie.
Krypton.
Yeah.
Movies, yes. We would have had him in Superman Lives, but that didn't happen, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing here that says that it was confirmed by anything. It's just like what they speculate from the things that have happened so far.
Okay, interesting.
But I don't mind that. But don't put in exclusive we have learned and then not say like even sources tell us. Like there's nothing there to say like sources say that this is the they're saying because of all this stuff here, including the picture on Man of Tomorrow, it has to be Brainiac.
Well,
Umberto, sometimes you anything for a buck sometimes. But thankfully, Apocalyptic Horseman, who runs Nexus Point News, or the main contributor there, who has been pretty much on the money on anything he puts out as a actual story, said, Grace Randolph said, I hear one of these actors has tested for Brainiac, and it would make me so happy if he got it, but they're still auditioning more actors. And then he said, since it's pretty obvious, I can confirm I heard Kale's bang, but there's a handful of others who are going to be tested, so it's undecided. And he was like, they said, why didn't you put this out as a story? He's like, I wait to confirm everything before I put it out.
So, okay.
So that's why it hasn't been on Nexus Point News. But again, I'm excited. I hope that this is the case. I'm really excited to see Brainiac in live action. I was just marveling at the fact that in the DCAU, Brainiac shot Lex Luthor in Superman the Animated Series, and he somehow brought it around in Justice League Unlimited to say that he shot him with nanotechnology and kept a piece of him inside of him. And I was just like, damn, that's awesome. That. Connected. Yeah, I was like, I didn't even think about it. And I went back after that pause and went back to the Superman the Animated Series. And it's actually in there in the episode. And I'm like, damn, okay. Maybe you plan to use it for the season 3 that was supposed to happen first. So, but still, I like that. So I'm just excited. He was really good in Krypton, Joe. He was the best I've seen him in any iteration.
Still need to watch Krypton.
Oh, it's so good. The 2 seasons are so good. When you give up the fact of wanting to see Superman or any powers like that, you're fine.
Well, again, you're on Krypton where they don't have powers. They're under a red sun, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So yeah, they're because I mean they didn't have a red sun at one point. Like there would have been
And
a
all the
regular
Zod
sun.
stuff, like the back, it's like all the House of Zod. Oh my God, it's all so good, so much backstory. And our Green Lantern is going to be in that. John
Right,
Stewart.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I also think he might have been in the Flash
Was he?
in season 5 or whenever DeVoe is there and he takes control. There's one guy who can read people's thoughts, and I think Jesse is his name. I think that's him. I'm not
Okay.
sure about that though. It's been a long time. So yeah, excited about Man of Tomorrow. Hopefully, uh, it is Brainiac, and we get to see him. I also wouldn't have hated Mangle, to be honest with you, and I'm very
Mongo would have been a
interested
good one.
who they're going to cast in that role for Brainiac. Uh, I'm still not against Michael C. Hall from Dexter. I think he can be really like monotone, robot-y, menacing, and
I
with his voice too.
yeah. Um,
Because that's basically what I'm trying to cast it on is his voice. Because anything else will be mostly done by CGI and practical effects, like the whole like Brainiac body, depending on what kind of. You
well,
know what I
and
mean?
he'll
It won't
be
be like
heavily make upped and
yeah, it won't be like Smallville where he'll be going around exactly as I can't remember the guy actor's name that plays him now. Who's
James
Spike Marsters, yeah,
Masters. Yeah.
Marsters, yeah.
Um,
So I don't think it'll be going like that. So uh, I think we'll get to see the actual Brainiac side of things. Uh, but yeah, we'll see when it comes. I wonder will they allude to this at all in Supergirl? Uh, Maybe a post credit scene. Uh,
well, yeah. I'm wondering if it will be one of those things where, if not a post credit, if Brainiac will be throughout.
could he
Like
be
any
like
planet
just
she goes to, like Brainiac's influence will be worming through the planets, and she just won't realize it, kind of thing,
or it
because
could be
she's
like
not there to realize to see it.
something like in My Adventures with Superman season 2, where not like Brainiac's her father or anything like that, but maybe Brainiac's pulling some strings behind the scenes that she don't
Something like
know,
that. Yeah.
something like that. Like he's involved and she finds out he's Brainiac after or something like that. I don't know. I'm excited. I can't wait. We'll take our first ad break of the evening. Listeners, we're an ad support network. We don't pick the ads or volume. Going to be quick. 3 can't 2 adjust your volume, and we'll be right back in 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Okay, Joe. We actually got some news here too. And a fun first one. We have a new show that we'll get into this. DC Crime is the new show, Joe.
DC
Uh,
Crime.
Yeah. Following the release of DC Studios' first feature film, Superman, it was revealed that projects centered around Jimmy Olsen and Mr. Terrific were in development. In July of this year, I broke the news that Jimmy Olsen's series would be a true crime anthology series hosted by Olsen, exploring the different villains of the DC universe. And as announced by the Hollywood Reporter, the series has now been greenlit as moving forward at DC Studios and HBO Max. Sources tell the Nexus Point News that the series, now titled DC Crime, plans to shoot next spring in Atlanta. That would coincide with the production schedule for Gunn's next film, Man of Tomorrow, similar to how Superman and Peacemaker Season 2 shot side by side. DC Crime is set, that's not going to be helpful for someone who felt really tired. DC Crime is set to star the guy who played Skyler, who played, oh my God, Jimmy
Jimmy.
Olsen. In addition to the rest of the Daily Planet crew, which includes editor-in-chief Perry White, Steve Lombard, Cat Grant, Ryan Troop, Clark Kent, and Lois Lane are not expected to appear. The series is set to feature Gorilla Grodd as one of the primary villains that Olsen will be investigating.
Okay.
DC Crime was developed by Dan Pearl and Tony Yacenda, the creative team behind American Vandal. Pearl and Yacenda will also serve as showrunners and executive producers. Gunn and Peter Safran will executive produce the series as well, with the series shooting next spring. This sets it up to be the next series in DC Universe following Lanterns.
I'm. It's interesting that they're going all in on Superman. Not saying that they shouldn't. I appreciate that they are. But the fact that we've gotten obviously Superman, then we got this Jimmy Olsen show out of it. We got Supergirl as a spinoff. Now we're getting Man of Tomorrow. and we really haven't gotten anything else. Like we haven't got the Batman, we haven't gotten the Wonder Woman. Like we've gotten three other projects coming out of the Superman movie before we've gotten like Peacemaker was already a thing. Like we haven't gotten anything else in the DC universe. And again, that's not a bad thing. I'm happy that they found something that's working and they're going with it. They need to build up the universe, but like you need to expand the universe a little bit. Like the DC universe is bigger than just Metropolis.
Yes, I would agree there, Joe. And maybe that's part of it is they'll be exploring other, just using characters that people have seen in the movie.
And like yeah, so like, and I know Jimmy Olsen he's a photographer. He can go out to other areas. He can be a field photographer. He can go out to Gotham City or Boston or Central City or trying to think where Coast City. Like he can go out to all these other places.
This is very tough for me because it's going to be very hard because of all the things that I've seen in DCU so far, I can't. I'm trying. I'll try hard not to curse. I can't freaking stand Jimmy Olsen. I can't stand the portrayal,
really?
lady man. I can't stand that at all. It just cringes and rolls my eyes every time I've seen it. Like, and I'm usually one for easygoing joke. I just no, like, oh, there's big crazy. Oh, there's girls checking me out. I just no. I just had no time for it. The way he treated, what's her name, who gave him the information was
Tess?
terrible. He was total shitbag. Like I just wanted to grab the shirt, pull it up over his head, and feed him several rights for just not even caring about her putting herself. Oh yeah, whatever. Yeah, do it. Even though he knew that there's potential like danger with Lex Luthor, and just how crappy he treated her was just such a like. I didn't care for the ladies' man act of him at all. Like I'd rather Jimmy Olsen be endearing, and that's the funny thing of all the criticism about Jimmy Olsen getting shot in the head in BVS. I'm like, okay, this is not the Jimmy Olsen that we saw in the comics and in Superman the animated series. Like, if you're being like, oh, I want Jimmy Olsen, I just did not care for this Jimmy Olsen at all. It won't stop me from watching the show. I'll try and enjoy the parts that, or maybe Jimmy might grow on me. Maybe he might grow as a character a little bit and not be as womanizing a character.
I don't think I never took him as womanizing. The girls were checking out him. He wasn't showing any interest in him.
Oh, his phone. He was using them as an insignificant. He didn't care. He already hooked up with this girl before, never gave her another call back. Oh, they were portraying him as a guy that slipped around and didn't give a rat's ass about any person they slept with.
Him and Tess, the way I took it, and I have been very wrong in the past about interpretations.
Yeah.
But the way I took it was that she became too clingy and he wanted out of that relationship as soon as possible. You saw how she was with him.
I felt like he just said what he wanted to say to hook up with her and then tried to get rid of her, but she was clingy. But I basically got the vibe of Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother.
But I mean, here's the thing though. Pluto 24 here is right. She met his mom. So you're not wrong. But is that her forcing her way into meeting his mom? Because again, she's very, very forceful and everything. Again, I'm wrong in my interpretations. I will admit I'm very wrong in my interpretations.
Like I really enjoyed. I don't think there's another character I didn't enjoy in that film, to be honest with you. Besides, I didn't enjoy some of the Kent's portrayal, but besides that, there wasn't much. But that was just something. Oh, Joe! Every time towards the end, I was just rolling my eyes when I was seeing him just there sitting there nonchalant. Oh, she was giving him the information. He didn't really care. I'm like, oh my god! Just like she's gonna get killed, dude. And you just like, oh yeah, just whatever. Like, yeah, I'm just. That's not how a hero thinks. Like.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I get you.
But again, he was okay. See, there could be a middle ground here, Pluto, and I think you're in the middle of the two of us here. Maybe I gotta watch this again too. It's been a little while since I've watched Superman, so I watched it when
it hit HBO again. So HBO Max, I mean,
maybe I might come soften a little bit on my stance there with him. I didn't like how he treated her for getting that information.
I will agree. He treated her he treated her bad. I will
Yeah,
agree with that.
but I
But I
don't
also
think she
don't think he was
realized
a
how.
womanizer.
Yeah, I don't think she realized how bad Lex Luthor was either. I don't want to
Oh
defend
yeah,
her
what
because she
Lex
was
was
pretty.
worse. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
she saw him as a uh, what easy ticket,
hmm
and then
Still,
it just became a
if
problem.
she
So
was his downfall, because I'll bitch. So, I just love it.
yeah, right, exactly, which is great. Which just shows how smart she actually was.
So again, I hope this comes through. Again, I would take this. I'll say this to the listeners, and I don't want to be Debbie Downer here, but take all these announcements here with a grain of salt right now until after sale and into the new year to see. But
Yeah, because those like all this stuff could easily go away.
just
Everything's in pre-production right now. Air
yeah,
quotes pre-production.
except
Nothing's been
well,
finalized.
I've seen some set location pictures seeming to come from the Batman. The Batman Part Two is happening. Not even a fire is going to
Correct.
stop
That
the
thing is
Batman Part
yeah.
Two. That's going to happen just because of how much money that other one made on its own. It made more than Superman for crying out loud, and that was just coming off the heels of COVID. Wasn't like
Well, yeah.
it wasn't like right after, but it was still like a little post COVID.
I
So
think the hype of the Batman was just there though. Like I
that first
remember,
trailer at fandom
dude, man.
was
Wait, yeah. Oh, we've only got about 20% of the film done. That trailer was fire. You had 20% of the film done.
people were
What?
like, oh, whatever, however long it takes, whatever. Like,
Take your
no,
time,
take your
please.
time. Then they forgot all about that when they're waiting for the second one announcement.
Yeah,
But
exactly. He's like, where's the second movie?
I do hope we see this though. So I'm all about anthology series and stuff like that. Let's just tell more stories from the universe. So
And
it is
that
a
would
great
help.
idea.
It would help build out the world. And
Yeah.
yes, I do like that.
And another nice story that's meant that I think this is so smart, and everyone except Alan Moore is like, yeah, great idea.
Well,
V for Vendetta TV series is in the works at HBO. Uh, yeah, this is pretty wild here. Um,
I mean, Alan Moore doesn't like anything that DC does with any of his works, but he gave
no, and
up
they
on
have to
that the
keep doing.
minute that. Yeah, they have to keep doing something with his works, otherwise he gets it back, and they don't want that. If they
No,
can make money off of any of that stuff, they will. That's DC for you.
so
That's company.
So a V for Vendetta TV series is currently in development at HBO, which is another thing. Saying it's in development at HBO means a lot more uh, because it would air on HBO. We see from the Penguin how that is. Variety has learned exclusively, according to sources, Pete Jackson is attached to write the series adaptation. James Gunn and Peter Safran of DC Studios will executive produce, as will Ben Stevenson's via Poison Pen and Leanne Klein of Wall Media. Wall to Wall Media, sorry, which is part of Warner Brothers Television Studios UK. Warner Brothers Television will produce. And then HBO and DC declined to comment. Reps for Jackson did not immediately respond to Variety's request for comment. And then they talk about V for Vendetta a little bit. So, yeah, they're talking about also being on HBO. Up next on HBO will be Lanterns, but saying it's going on HBO means a lot.
I'd be interested in this. Like, I know the story that Alan Moore wrote for V for Vendetta was a lot different than what the movie did.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more in there too.
Yeah, and one of my complaints about V for Vendetta was I wanted more backstory on V to understand how he could do some of the things he was doing in the movie, and I think you might get more of that in a TV show.
I think there was more in the book or in the strips because it was a lot more. It was a serialized strip, if I remember correctly. But yeah, see, I can't even lie. Dynamic duo, my most anticipated. Was there some news about that within the last couple of weeks?
They're looking for auditions for voice actors.
Okay.
For the dynamic duo thing. So yeah, I think it's a ways away from seeing that. I don't think 2029 probably would be my guess.
Pluto, when you say all the Robins, do you include Stephanie in that?
Ooh, look at you.
Just saying.
But I love Nightwing's one of my favorite characters too, Pluto. So I hope we see him in the DCU. That's something that is sorely lacking in live action in general. Is Nightwing.
Agreed.
The most enjoyable thing about Titans was Nightwing, not how he got the name. That was ridiculously stupid, like ridiculously. Especially when you're going to bring Superboy in the following season. Like someone punch me in the face who makes those decisions. Like, come on.
I mean, Nightwing has been one of those characters that everybody loves. Obviously, he's one of the. I don't. I haven't checked the numbers on the books, but like, great title. Like hell, I've been
Campaigns.
collecting that title for since it started coming out in the '90s. I have every single issue. Um, it's just it's Batman, but with friends, literally.
Yes,
Like
yes.
he knows what he's doing.
Or a
Um,
well-adjusted Batman.
right. He actually cares.
It's like, thank you for helping me.
Yeah, but like I don't know, man. It's I what we got in Batman Forever and Batman and Robin was fine. Like I mean, but that was still Robin. You know, that wasn't even though he had a Nightwing costume in Batman and Robin, it was still Robin.
Yeah.
We got Nightwing in Titans, which was great, but that wasn't a movie. You know,
No.
because not a lot of
Or
people watch not a lot of people watch Titans at first because it was on the DC Universe app, and then when it went to HBO Max, it became a dumpster fire because it was just a whatever the hell it was.
the
Uh,
stories and the plots and
yeah,
the actors were the best thing about the show and their characters. The story and all that was, oh my god. But like you said, Joe,
but
if
don't
it's
get me
not
wrong, the
HBO,
costumes in that show though was
oh,
amazing. I love the
awesome,
costumes.
awesome, awesome.
Yeah. Anyway,
Let's take our second ad break of the evening. Listeners more ads support network. We're gonna pick the ads of the volume. We're gonna do a quick 3 count to adjust your volume, and we'll be right back in 3, 2, 1. And we're back.
if I'm being honest, there, Pluto, Stephanie made a better Batgirl anyway. So
And he says Deathstroke had so much potential. You're dang right. I was so
right.
excited the first couple episodes how he introduced him, and yeah, that went downhill pretty quick, very
Yeah.
quickly. Frank Grillo says Man of Tomorrow will shoot both in Atlanta and the UK. He says he will film for about 10 weeks. My character, Rick Flag Sr., is a big part of the sequel story, so I'm excited about it.
Well, yeah, I believe so because he's the one running Salvation. So
He uh, he kind of I don't know did a little bit of a 180 in Peacemaker compared to Superman, but obviously he was dealing with the person who killed his son. But the way he was like celebrating with Lex's team and stuff was so weird compared to the previous two iterations we've seen him in. I
some
just felt
I
it so off.
I saw somebody either on a Instagram reel, which TikTok, whatever, or a write up, basically try to say that Rick Flag was actually Clayface,
Ooh,
like because Clayface that he faced off in Creature Commandos was like, oh yeah, he already faced off against him, so Clayface took him over. Like, did you watch Creature Commandos? He killed that Clayface.
yes.
It's
Or
totally a
well, he
different
was told
Clayface.
that he was killed,
Well,
but maybe he
sure,
didn't.
maybe he didn't, but like that Clayface and the Clayface movie we're getting are two different Clayfaces,
Yes.
and that Clayface movie is going to be the Clayface in the DC universe allegedly. So
We'll
like
see
it's
about
yeah,
that.
exactly. So it's not going to be that Clayface is not going to be the Frank Grillo, the Rick Flag Junior Senior Clayface. Like no, I don't think that's Clayface. I
No.
think it's Rick Flag, his grief overwhelming him, and he's letting that basically rule his judgment. And Lex was able to, like he does with every other
Exploit
person,
it.
exploit it.
Alan Richardson is in talks for a role in the DCU. The conversation that I've been having with him is like, I want to play somebody a little messier. I told them, I said, if I'm going to do this, I described to them the kind of personality that I want to play, what would it mean to their world, and I think that's something. Okay, I think that's something everybody wants to see right now over there. I don't.
Aquaman. He's gonna be Aquaman. Here
There
is
you
his
go.
suit.
There you go. And on to the boring or finance side of things, Warner Brothers Discovery uh, will is up for bid, obviously, and Comcast has hired bankers to explore a bid for Warner Brothers Discovery. So another player potentially getting into the mix here, and I don't think they're interested in the TV assets. So,
Hmm.
uh, like the television division with the actual channels they have right now. So, I'm not sure though, because again, I think he's going to be more in favor of a like Paramount, the government, because they have to approve the sale of this.
Yeah.
Uh, so we shall see about that. And Warner Bros. Discovery will announce in mid to late December whether or not they will sell. And apparently, there's a plan in place for Paramount uh, to go over the heads of Warner Bros. Discovery's people like Zaslav directly to the board to present their offer if they don't sell. So there is a plan to try to take over a hostile decision. So yeah, they may go that way. Uh, I don't know if that'll happen. That'll get pretty messy, but uh, so
Yeah. Who
this
knows?
is basically the best thing I can tell you. Warner Bros. Discovery asked Paramount to sign a NDA that included a little provision in it that would say that Paramount can't launch a hostile tender offer uh, in return for access to all of Warner Brothers Discovery's data and information. And apparently, Paramount did not sign that. So just to keep their options open. So that gives you the potential uh, option for that to happen. As I really think it's a matter of time before it ends up with Paramount. I hope it doesn't, but we shall see about that. And Pluto says, I feel like WB isn't going to get sold until it's split. Then other Paramount nobody wants cable. That is true. I do think that there is a possibility of being able to uh, just pick and choose from this. It all depends on what the shareholders ultimately decide. So yeah, that was. We'll see. We'll know by Christmas where this is going, what's going to go happen. If you listen to Travis way back, oh, I want to say
It's been a year or so. Yeah.
year and a half ago and bought WB stock when it was at about $8, you could be selling out for 3 times the amount. So just want to let you know that some people might have sold out a little earlier, but still made some profit. But definitely would have made a lot more profit if they stuck with it. But uh, it's still, yeah, I don't know. I don't. I will just say that I wouldn't stick. I wouldn't lock in for the long haul. That would be if you that would be my just advice there. So uh, yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see that. One thing that we are going to see is Lanterns. Apparently, is still slated for early 2026 release from a Q3 shareholders letter.
Which is good because wasn't there that rumor like a few weeks back saying that it's those issues and it got pushed to the like later to after Supergirl.
Yeah, and again, no, that this could be just because you don't want to upset the apple cart at the shareholders meeting. You don't want to announce it then, and you just want to keep everything in place. But then it will get pushed back. There could be James Gunn taking flack or feeling the pushback from the Peacemaker finale. Maybe he's going to try and shoot some things or put some things in to tie more things in together. Because that was one complaint I did see of DC for most of the season until the end was like, what does this have to do with the full DCU? So I didn't get that. I thought that was from the start. You got
It's like
like
there's two projects. Give it time. What are
people
you doing?
are very unreasonable here. So uh, again, I'm excited for DCU going forward. I don't want it to end. I hope it continues and we just get these projects that are announced. Man of Tomorrow sounds very interesting to me. But again, I will say that Peacemaker season 2 didn't do as much as Peacemaker season 1 did for me. But
Correct. I had a lot of fun with Peacemaker season 2, but Peacemaker season 1 just came out of nowhere. It was just was amazing. And I
if
think because of that, like we had the expectation for season 2, and it didn't hit it. I think that was the problem.
if Avengers and Spider Man didn't exist next year in 2026, Lanterns would definitely be my most highly anticipated project of all the superhero stuff else coming out, including
Wait,
Supergirl.
does Spider Man come out next year?
Yep, Brand New Day and Avengers, I'm pretty sure in 2026.
Brand New Day's next year?
I think both of them are next year. I think Brand New Day is the next Marvel film, if you're not mistaken.
I, huh? Okay.
And yeah, he's James Gunn has mentioned a couple times. Pluto is right that he doesn't have any say. He because someone asked also about the trailer. He said, I think I've seen the trailer. He said, but I don't like that stuff is decided by HBO. And clearly, as you've seen with the popularity of the Penguin, you let the HBO people cook when they're promoting a hit show. So I do think Lanterns is going to be fantastic. I can't wait to see it, and I do hope it's not delayed, Joe. I don't want it to be delayed.
Yeah.
I want that into my veins. Uh, Clayface has rap shooting, Joe. Speaking of that we talked about earlier. Uh, there was a couple of posts of pictures of the rap party, and uh, this will finish production pretty quickly because a lot of this is practical effects. So
Is this coming out next year, or
I
is that
think
just
so. I
27?
think so.
Okay. I couldn't
think
remember because I thought it was the 26. It was one of those things that they talked about it, but then just nothing has ever been like official. I'm sure something's been
September
official.
11th, 2026.
Oh, never forget. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I forgot.
So, uh, finally, DC and Marvel has released two one-shot crossover web comics. I guess in anticipation of their working together. Both are
My,
available, I think, on
Fluid
the
makes a point
DC.
here. I feel like once a night of the Seven Kingdoms airs, we'll get Lannis marketing. Agreed, because that's a big show connected to Game of Thrones. We'll start
And
getting something
HBO
set
also
there.
saw the hit like what they had with Penguin. So
Yep.
like that's another DC property.
Yeah,
They'll definitely promote that accordingly.
because I mean they got wait, is it Welcome to Derry on HBO right now? Or is that just a HBO Max?
I'm not sure, Joe. To be honest with you,
I feel like it's on HBO at the moment. So like any big hit show they have, like new show they have, they're promoting this because I think I just saw the like the a promotion for A Night of the Seven Kingdoms on a recent episode of It Welcome to Derry.
oh, okay,
So yeah.
maybe.
Anyway, sorry.
Anyway,
But I really off you with your DC and Marvel thing.
the Flash and Fantastic Four is going to be a comic by
Yes.
Jeremy Adams and Adrian Gutierrez, available on DC Universe, and then Thor and Shazam by Al Ewing and Jethro Morales
Thanks, Blue.
will be available on Marvel Ultimate. So, and also Brett in our chat shared that they were given 30 free days of DC Ultimate or Universe to Marvel Unlimited, like people that have Marvel Unlimited. So I wonder if they're doing the same thing for DC people for Marvel, but it's because of this crossover with comics, and I always love to see that because that means I do think there's a better chance of us getting an animated crossover one day.
I would love that for that to happen because as soon as we start getting the animated stuff, we're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from live action.
Yes. So, Joe, we haven't done Smallville retro recaps in a little while. However,
that's fine. Those episodes sucked.
We land on the perfect episode to return, Descent. This was, as they
this
say,
is definitely better than the last couple. I'll give it that.
This is the best episode so far of this season for me. Unless I'm forgetting something really good in the earlier part of the season, I do think this was the best episode. Yeah, I'm not remembering anything looking back through this. No, this was easily the best episode of the season so far for me. With cluing up some of that Veritas stuff, and obviously Lionel's death was crazy.
Remind me, this is his death. Like he's
done. Yeah, he gets pushed out the window. Now he gets revived from the grave by Darkseid in the final season, like possesses him to do a couple things.
Okay.
I think he shows up in an alternate Earth too when Clark goes to, or when she goes to another Earth where Clark is bad. I think he's in that one as well.
Okay.
Like in the final season. So he's only showed up in the final season.
That's the thing. But I just didn't know if it was just like, oh no, he's not actually like this wasn't actually him. Lex was lying. He's actually like gonna come back. He was
the only thing here was like I thought was like you don't need a blanket. you basically need a scooper. Like he would be a puddle if he fell out of that high onto the
I
ground.
did find it ironic that
Lex was like, "Yeah, that's him." I'm like, "Oh yeah, would you see like the wristwatch or something?"
well, he
Like,
knew it was him because he pushed him out the window.
I know, I'm just like, how you identifying him there, chap?
I did find it ironic that Jimmy took a picture of Lois in the Day of the Planet, which, why you take a picture of Lois in Day of the Planet, my dude, but whatever. At the exact same time that Lex is pushing Lionel out the window, but, it's whatever.
And that woman gave me creepy, that stalker chick from the episode where like the young Lex group, like the young politic Lex group girl who shaved her head, like and was right in love with Lex.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that gave me this vibes from this episode for that lady. I was like, man, she fell some hard for Lex pretty quickly. Gina, I think her name was
Yep,
maybe.
yep.
Like,
And I'm
damn.
assuming they're going to explain who killed her, because I don't remember anything from the season, but I do find that ironic that the minute she figures out who the visitor is, or the traveler is, she gets killed off.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wait, okay.
At least the only
By
thing
some
Lex knows.
random guy.
The only thing Lex knows is that he's not the traveler now, because he thought that he was the traveler for a while, and then he realizes he's not the traveler.
I think he realized it when Lionel said that maybe you're the traveler. No, I'm definitely not the traveler. My dad's telling me I'm the traveler. I'm definitely not the traveler.
He was thinking about it a little bit before that too, though, just from some of the things there. So I love the fact of him taking his younger self and throwing him in the fire.
That was kind of fun. That was kind of
super.
But it's very metaphorical, obviously, of him
he's
destroying his kindness, his goodness.
Last little good part. He's like,
yeah.
So, and that stared at him between two of them at the grave is like so badass. That
was cool.
That's the last part of our friendship is over now. We're on the other side. And shout out to Michael Rosenbaum, because I was so mad and frustrated with him as an actor that he left the show and didn't stay for the final 3 seasons. When I found out why, which is the fact that they offered him the exact same pay that he was getting the last few seasons. They didn't offer to increase it at all.
I would have left too.
Yeah, he felt really insulted, and I completely understand. So,
yeah,
Peter Roth, you're the worst, and I just want to say that because
especially if you
got to reward
the main guy.
Yes. Like, well, he burst in season 3 before season 3 started. Went to the writers and was like, right off Lex, I don't want Lex on here anymore. Like, we're not, because he wouldn't give him a good deal, so he was not going to do the show, and he got really frustrated. Right? He thought you should take whatever, and so the Miles and Al was like, we can't write him off. He's Lex Luthor. Like he has to go up against Superman. Like you need him. So ultimately, he got a deal, not exactly what he was looking for, but a better deal than what was offered initially.
Interesting. So, okay.
Yeah, he didn't get a good deal a couple times there, and you gotta like reward. And apparently, he told Tom Welling. Tom Welling said that he's like, yeah, we had a conversation out there, and you told me why you were leaving. Basically, that they were paid. They didn't. The offer was garbage, and he was like, yeah, I understood completely, and said, okay, yeah, I would do the exact same thing.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like you are. It's one of those things. I work for a union, and obviously it's one of those places where, because I'm in a union, we all kind of tend to work. We all make the same pay. But I've worked for places where you don't make the same pay, where you're not. I'm not in the union, and they always tell you. My bosses always say, don't talk about your pay. Don't talk about with your pay with anybody else. No, screw that. Talk about your pay, because more likely than not, I'm making more than you. We're doing the exact same job.
Exact same thing. Yeah.
We should not be. There should not be a pay difference. We should be making the same thing. Either you who just started 8 weeks after I did, but we've both been here for 5 years. You started 8 weeks after I did. You should be making the same amount of money as I did.
Yeah,
There's no reason why we shouldn't.
You reward like a couple years experience at the company, but not like if there's a difference between me and you. We've both been there for 5 years. It's 4 years and 8 months. You would give me the same kind of, you know what I mean? Like that's just not. You got to appreciate your employees, and that's no different.
Companies don't do that.
He didn't feel appreciate it, and they definitely made a whole lot of money on Smallville.
Yeah,
you think about syndication and all that.
By this point, it's 7 seasons, and they're like not going to pay you anymore. You are literally the second on the call sheet, and they're not going to give you a bump in your pay. I'd be
And
like,
I
no,
can
bye.
unequivocally say this show would have been better in the final 3 seasons if it had Lex. Like I enjoyed the final 3 seasons. Like we'll get to them, I think. And
I remember
but
enjoying a couple of them. Like I remember when Doomsday came in next season, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. And Sam Witwer, love Sam Witwer. So like I was down
oh
for
yeah,
that season. But I also remember the stuff being very weird and very like
trash
whatever.
bag,
And then
Doomsday.
like season 9, well, season 8 and 9, they started just hammering in
General
cameos.
Zod was in there too, and then we did
But
get a bit of the JSA
yeah,
stuff, and
we
that
started
stuff
getting
I
superhero
enjoyed.
cameos left and right.
Yeah,
It's just like, okay, now you're either trying to, I don't know what you're trying to do. Either you're losing fans and you're losing audience, so you're trying to get people in. You're trying to get the fans back in because of
or
whatever
you just
reason.
run that
But
story.
yeah, nothing's
Especially when you
making
can't make them
sense.
fly. But I am excited to see these final few episodes to see how Lex lives up. To kind of forget, I do know. I think it ends up in the Fortress of Solitude at the end. But then, like I think season 8, at like just Clark wakes up, there's no Lex, and then there's a couple episodes of looking for Lex before finding out Lex died or something. I can't remember now. It's been a while, so be interested to see
Well,
season
he
8
died because I remember him not like coming back, but it wasn't
clone
actually him.
himself or something.
I don't remember. I just it
He
was
cloned himself or something like that. So
yeah.
uh, anyway, I really great episode of Smallville, and props to John Glover, who was fantastic in this show. Like, still holds up well today. Just as such a menacing, but cunning villain for the
Yeah.
first few seasons that tried
Yep.
to get redeemed. But I don't know. Until next week, Joe. I will see you then. Listeners, we'll be back next week to talk more DC goodness. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Pluto, for being in chat.
Yeah. See you, Pluto.